Welcome to Family Weekend Menu. I remain your host, Fine Girl by name. And as you know that for some times now we have been treating personality disorders. And why do we do this? Because I'm taking my time to go through them one by one to know the causes, the symptoms, and how to manage it if you are the one affected or you have somebody affected by all these things. One of the most the reason that we are doing it is for relational purposes, especially those of us that we are in marriage or the intended couples. So that a lot of us we don't know the personality of our spouse, and at the end of the day we ask ourselves say we are not compatible, we are not this, but it is workable if you're already in it and you begin to see all these signs and you are confused. How can a man be behaving this way? How can a woman be behaving this way? Then that is why you need to study. We are just giving you the things of the iceberg. We are not being deep. But after you have seen that some things here that, oh, my husband is paranoid, my wife is paranoid, then dig deep into how to the effect of somebody being paranoid. You describe that you yourself, you're a paranoid person. All what we are after is that how our marriage can be better. Most of the time, you don't need to go for divorce, you don't need to separate. Oh, because most of the time, it doesn't, it's not the it's not the total solution to what you are going through. All what you just need to do, like Proverbs 4:7 says, that in order get is get wisdom, get understanding, get to know who your spouse is. And one of the things you must study about who your spouse is his or her personality. If you are not done that, that's why we are trying to open up this thing for us. And we have done justice to two or three of these personalities. Please go back and go. You see all our posts on Facebook. Just type Homemaking Dynasty. You will see all our posts there, especially just type the personality disorder causes and you will see all of them dropping. Take your time to check it out. Today we are going to be looking, we are going to be going to the cluster B of this personality disorder, which is always marked by they are being dramatic, emotional, or erratic. You will have heard somebody say, oh, this person is a drama queen. So, like that. And today we are going to be looking at the antisocial personality disorder, ASPD. Antisocial personality disorder. Even from the word antisocial, you will know that there is something that is wrong with this person. No, it's always a mental health condition in which a person consistently shows no regard for right or wrong. It doesn't matter what you want to say, they have no regard. They will break traffic rule. It doesn't matter who said it, father, pastor, mother, in-law, governor, whatever. They will break the rules because it's a mental disorder. They don't have regards for right or wrong. They ignore the right and feelings of others. They don't care what you are going through. Empathy is not in their dictionary, and it's not their fault. That is how they are. That is what they know. In fact, to them, that is the normal thing. They don't have regards for anybody. They don't know, they don't have feelings for other people. With this ASDP, they purposely make others angry. They derive pleasure when they just see you that this little thing they did that you are angry, they just derive pleasure in it. They catch fun with making people angry. They upset people, they manipulate people, or treat others harshly, or with cruel indifference. They will manipulate, they will deceive, they will do all manners of things because sincerely speaking, they don't just know it's a mental health, it's the state of their mental status, and that is the only thing that their brain can carry. because that is how they are wired from their childhood. Do you know that this thing became manifest or came to limelight in as from age 18? You begin to see, and you will know that no, this guy is wicked. We have them in secondary school say, no, I don't like being around him. He's too wicked, he's too harsh, he's too manipulative. You hear it, and because this is one of the personality that the symptoms is so loud, is they can't hide it, they can't hide who they are. It's so loud. A teacher might be talking in class, they just feel, why must I sit here? You see that they will just stand up and just leave. The teacher will be wondering, come back, and they will look at the teacher, come back to come and do what? They don't have reason to do that, but their heads, their mentals, they just tell them, why are you in this class? Just stand up, just cause a scene here, and they just move. If you are married to them, and that's what they keep doing, they will disgrace their wife publicly, they will do all manners of things publicly, and you, just because they want to cash fund, just because they want to cash fund, they want to cruise about that incident, and you kept wondering, how will my husband do this, how will my wife do this? You need to understand that is a mental state, antisocial personality disorder, ASPD. They lack remorse or don't regret their behavior. If you if you like, cry from today. If you like from today, explain from till today to eternity. They will never say sorry because they never have remorseful moment or regret their action. Everything they are doing is always right and correct. They are always right and correct. And do you know that people, they always violate laws? If you put your spoon one place in your kitchen, say this thing must always be here, one thing is, be sure they will pick it and go and drop it in another place, and you'll be shouting, I've always been saying that my sponge, my sponge, my sponge, my sponge should be here. And it will shock you that that is what they just derive pleasure in it. They will move you from point A to point B. They just want to see your reaction. They want you to get angry. Instead of you getting angry, know this and get peace for yourself. Then that's it. They will break law intentionally. And let me tell you one funny thing about them. Most of the criminal people that we see around, they have this mental personality, because you are not the only person that the father died. You are not the only person that nobody uncle decided not to send to school. You are not the only person that a lot of misfortune happened to. Why do you choose that way? People that in your class that they have the same issues when while they are growing up, they make a better use of them. But because something is already wrong with their head, they are the kind of group of people that you find in criminality. They will steal, they will rob, they can kill, kidnapping, ritual. And that's why I say, how do you keep people? No remorse is antisocial personality disorder. No remorse. They don't have remorse. No, they are not regretting their action. As long as that thing is making them to cash cruise and is profitable for them. They are very difficult. They don't take responsibility for their actions. So don't expect them that when things went wrong at home, that they will go wrong at home, rather that they will come back. No, they are not coming back. They will never take responsibility for anything related to family. And that is why you see them. If you are women, you are just giving birth to them. You born like this, they are gone. They will come back when they want to have the second child. Sorry now, like that. No, they just want, okay, you don't, okay, you are pregnant again. You see that they disappear. They are not, they would never take something for school fees, family, school, what anything related to family. No, they are not committed. Then what are the symptoms? How do you know if you are not yet married to them? Then look out for these signs. If you see, please pick race. And if you are married, let's look at it so that you know what to do. Ignoring right or wrong, I've said it. They tell lies to take advantage of others. They know they lie, they and lie, they are two, 5 and 6. They are not being sensitive or to respect others. When you see that they don't have respect, yeah, you know that this person is antisocial. It's, at times some people out of frustration, out of maybe what you are passing through, some things, circumstances beyond your control, you can say some things that is there, but after some time when your head now comes and say, you said, I said, I didn't know. Then you are looking for means to adjust, but for them, it is a deliberate act to disrespect people. So they are good in it. They can use charm to manipulate others for personal gain. I said it that criminalities, this is the group that you find them. They use charms to kidnap, for rituals, for many things, to marry, to tie the girl down so that you can keep giving them baby. And people will be talking, can't you go? They will not pay the bride price. Oh, can't you leave? Can't you do this? And where do I want to go? Because they have charmed the person. Sense of superiority and be extremely opinionated. When you see a man that is always like this, superior, I'm superior to you, sit down, this like that. These are the signs that they have problems with the law, including criminal behavior. They are being hostile, aggressive, violent, or threatening others. I told you that criminality is their 5 and 6. Anything you can think of that is not good, yes, that is where you see them. Feeling no guilt about harming others. They can kill and kill for free, slap you and slap you for free, beat you and beat you for free. No remorse for all those things. Doing dangerous things with no regard for the safety of self or others. And that is the one that caught me most. Even for themselves, they no care. And that is when you ask yourself, how can a politician sit in one place and carry all these big people, all these boys, and give them guns and say, okay, oh yeah, go and do this, go and do that. And they don't care to endanger themselves. This is antisocial personality disorder. Their mental health cannot carry that. Why would I go and kill? So they don't care whatever that happened to them, as long as it is beneficiary to them. And being irresponsible and failing to fulfill work or financial responsibilities. If they're in your organization, you can't make them to be committed. They can never be committed. In fact, they cannot stay in one place. Any good place, they can't stay there for long. So when you see them, they're always changing job. Say, this guy is through this one is through this. Know that something is wrong. And when they are going older, 40, 50, it become what aggression towards people and animals. They become aggressive on everything. Before they are catching cruise with a lot of, now they become aggressive on everything. You just discover that you can't talk at home, you can't do this, you can't do that. Everybody has to maintain your position. They are aggressive. You can't say you have an idea. They are just too aggressive in everything. They destroy properties. They don't care. They don't care the quality or the value of that thing. They just carry it and break it. So you have to start all over again. And lie and dishonest, they are theft, they are serious violation to rules and regulation. And it's surprising that why is it that my husband cannot stay? Why is it that this woman cannot stay? Is because this is who they are. Then, is there a way out of this thing? Is there a way out of this personality disorder that we have talked about? Is there a way out? Yes, there is a way out. They can seek the therapy. They can see the before we look at the way, let's look at the causes. What are the causes of this personality disorder? The causes. One of it that is from the child, from genetics. We discover that this is one of the personality that it is inbuilt. The mother have it, the father have it. It runs in the family. That is how all of them are in the family. So there's every tendency that anybody born in that family will have this disorder. That is one. And the second one is that it can be from the childhood, the upbringing of that person, from the guardian, the parent, the parenting, the environment, the community, whatever he has passed through has make him to be cruel to nature, to people. People has been bad to him. People as they like we used to say in my place, that they don show am shege. So he or she has already make up his mind that no, me too, I'm going to take my own pound of flesh from everybody. And gradually he nursed the thing, and the thing stay with him, and he became so cruel, irresponsive, don't care for anything. And you see the siblings will be saying, ah, brother, hey, this, even if they make money, they will never give their siblings, they will never give their mother or their father. They say, well, I work for this money. If mama needs money, let her go and work, because of what he or she passed through when she's coming up. So these are the two causes of ASPD, whether it's from genetic or from the upbringing, the environment, the experience when it's growing up. But these two, they have they have cure. That is one thing about this ASPD. There is cure for it, even to medication. There is cure for it, and one of it is that is the cure is that you can go for therapy. Can go for therapy. The therapy that will help them to change their pattern of thinking, because and this has to do by intentionality. Either as a woman you discover that this is who your husband is, or as a wife you discover that this, or as a man you discover that this is who your wife is. It's an intentional thing for him or her to be registered with a therapist that will help them to voice out whatever they have conceived in their mind, because it's a thought, is something of the emotion, is something that sits in their thinking emotion. So when they have nursed that thing for a very long time, it has become something, it has become human being that is sitting in them. So something must be done again to make sure that this thing was taken out of them. So the therapists, they know what to do. So they know what to do. Dilective behavior therapy, that is family therapy. If he doesn't want to undergo personal one, which is the cognitive behavior therapy, they can put him in the family one, that is the tensional dialectical behavior therapy. So which by so doing, gradually it will be coming out, it will be free from all those things that you are saying. Another one is that it can be done through medication. There is a medicine for ASPD, medicine. So if you visit the hospitals, they will give you some drugs to especially when it's getting to the adult stage, the aggression is setting in. There is always a mood swing. You can't understand it. Today is happy, no, it's happy. The next time it has turned to another thing. So when you get it, there's always a medicine that can reduce that thing. So medication can also help. And that is that boundary settings can also help. Boundary setting that is essential for family support system to establish clear rules and not enable behavior. So when a child is displaying this kind of things, when you set boundary, these are things that you can do. You cannot go beyond. For example, a child of 15 years displaying all these things, is still under control. By the time the mommy and the daddy say, well, this is what you must do, you cannot disregard, you cannot disrespect elders. Next time you disrespect and they begin to give him gbas gbos, they have set the boundary, so he knows there is a way that the brain will reset back that no, I can't be doing this because it's not profitable for me. And with time, he will move out of that thing. And then education, you can sit him down at that small age, teen age, and begin to educate him about life, the consequences of what he has choose to be, and begin to educate him, learning about SBS, recognize or triggers and the signs. You show him the signs, the trigger, their hand, and you know, oh, you say you want to become a doctor. People with this your personality disorder, this is where they end up being a kidnappers, a ritualist, a robbers, prostitute, whatever thing. Do you want to end up like this? So by the time you begin to educate them, they will move out of that, whatever that is making them to be cruel, and I guess they will move out of it. And support, some of them is because they just lack support. That is why they are into that kind of thing. So when they see support, they will come out of whatever the support groups for individuals and families. When they see support, support in providing their needs, support in paying their school fees, paying their bills, all those kind of things. So by the time, after some time, their memory is reset, their brain is reset, and they are able to come out of that mental health disorder that they are into, and they'll be able to come out of it. And one thing that you should know, that it is a lifelong condition, but destructive behaviors may lessen with age. That is one thing. It is a lifelong. If they fail to tackle it at that teen age, and the less, so it becomes a lifelong. But by the time they are getting to 40, 50, and the thing is still with them, with medication, the how will I put it now, the symptoms might be lessen, the experience might be lessen with age. You know, there's a way that age, you just tell yourself, nobody is talking to you, that àwa náà ti dàgbà, so there are some things I can't do again. For example, you see people that all his days is an armed robber. By the time he begin to clock 35, 40, and he has a woman that he want to marry, something just tell him, no, I can't continue this. I don't want my child to see me carrying guns. He just drop the bad behavior, not because somebody talk to him, because age is telling on him. So age itself is a teacher of life. So with age, whatever behaviors they are going to, especially in this personality or that disorder, it makes them to lessen their behaviors, their consequences, their aggression. And you see them, they now become so calm, so calm. And everybody say, but that today, that today the gentle God, if you know him before, he too will be laughing, and you not be able to do anything again, because age is telling you. Yeah. We believe that you have learned so much today about antisocial power. Not if you are if you are affected by this, please reach out to a therapist or see your doctor. Let them help you with some medications. And if you know somebody that is going through this, please help them out. It's not by shouting, it's not by bombarding them and making them to feel less of themselves, but we can help them with whatever. And don't forget, I always tell you that what prayer cannot do does not exist. No matter that you want to go for therapy, you want to go for medication, Jesus is the center of everything. Without Jesus, everything might still be come back to zero. So you need to give your life to Jesus. And please don't forget, don't neglect the place of prayer. Thank you for listening to us again today. Till I come your way, I remain your host, Fine Girl. And please don't forget to like, to share, and to comment. We love to hear from you. Thank you. Bye. God bless you.